Flames freshman Allie Welfel went from being the leading scorer of her high school basketball team to fighting cancer in just a matter of months. 25 radiation and 9 chemo treatments later, she is back on the court playing the game she loves. News 12's Angela Moryan brings us her story of hope through faith.
You have had quite a journey. What was it like when you found out that you had been diagnosed with cancer just so early on in age?
You don't ever think it's going to happen to you until, it does. And I honestly felt like numb to it almost, because I didn't ever see myself as sick. I was never a sick kid, never got sick when I was young. So for this to happen, I was like, I don't know, and cancer's so stereotyped that nobody really understands, and I didn't understand either, and my family didn't. So we just kind of had to take it day by day. You have to look at it the exact same way as an opponent. You walk in a gym and you got to think, okay, I'm going to play this team, and this is how you're going to beat them. You have a game plan. It's the same thing. You go in, meet with a doctor, you get the game plan, and then you just execute the game plan. You show up to radiation or you show up to chemo, and it's just what you have to do.
How did Coach Rowe help you get through all that summer?
I FaceTimed him and Coach Spangler, and I'm sitting on my front porch, and I was like, hey, I got to tell y'all something. And of course they were like, oh, what's happening? They didn't know. And I tell them, and I start crying. And all he said was, don't worry about basketball. Just get better. So it made me feel better to understand that it's not just about basketball.
The team was in Atlanta when you had your final chemo treatment in November.
So
what were the emotions like in that moment?
It just really felt good for them to show up, and they really do care, and it just makes you feel good. And Coach Rose said this is the most important trip that we'll take this year, and it just made me feel good. I always cry, but it just really made me feel like there was people around me who were going to love me and help me through.
Just a week after your last chemo treatment, you were here on campus on the court. What was that like to finally get back on the hardwood after 6 months of not being able to play?
Basketball was always my stress relief. So when I was on chemo and I was doing treatment every day, I didn't have that option to release my frustration or anything like that. So when I actually got to shoot or something, I took that opportunity to just let everything out, because it's what I love to do. So when I had that opportunity, I was so excited to actually be able to put a ball through the hoop for once.
You have the biggest smile I have seen in a long time. How do you stay so positive through all of this?
I'm cured, whatever you want to call it. There's nothing not to be happy about, God is good, and He has healed me, and there's nothing that I shouldn't be happy about. I have my family, I have my friends, I have basketball, I have everything I could want. There's nothing, even because of my circumstance, there's nothing that there's not to be happy about, I wouldn't change it for the world. I've learned so much, I've made so many good friends that there's nothing that I would change.